Welcome to the deep dive. We're diving into ancient Egypt today.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah. And more specifically, we're going to be focusing on those incredible pyramids.
Always a good topic.
You know it.
Yeah.
And you, the listener, have actually gone way beyond just the surface level questions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you sent in a ton of research, some of it even in Chinese,
Wow.
all about the hidden secrets the pyramids might hold.
It seems like even after centuries of study, there are still so many unanswered questions.
Absolutely. And today we're going to try to uncover some of that hidden knowledge.
Sounds like fun.
We're going to explore new discoveries within the Great Pyramid itself,
Okay.
challenge some myths about how they were built,
Right.
and even touch on some of those more, shall we say, out there theories about their purpose.
I'm intrigued already.
Great. So to kick things off,
Yeah.
there's been this incredible discovery in the Great Pyramid, a hidden chamber found using something called muon scanning.
Muon scanning.
Yeah, it's like using a giant X-ray to see through the pyramids.
Wow. That's incredible. So what did they find?
Well, in 2017, this technology revealed not one, but two voids.
Two.
One smaller void was actually visually confirmed using a fiber optic camera.
So they could actually see inside.
Yeah. But the larger void, this one's about 30 meters long.
Wow.
It's still inaccessible.
Inaccessible. So what do they think is in there?
That's the big question, isn't it? 186 years. That's how long it's been since the last major discovery inside the Great Pyramid.
Wow, that is a long time. So I imagine there's a lot of excitement, but also a lot of skepticism.
You got it. I mean, it's like finding a locked door in an ancient mansion.
You can't help but wonder what's behind it.
Exactly. And these voids, although still shrouded in mystery,
Right.
they really do highlight how much we still don't know about these ancient wonders.
Absolutely. So how were these wonders built?
Well, we often hear about those armies of slaves toiling away under the hot sun.
Classic image, right?
Yeah, but the research you sent actually suggests a very different picture. It points to a paid workforce of skilled laborers.
A paid workforce that
yeah.
challenges our traditional understanding.
I know. And get this, the workers who moved those massive granite blocks above the king's chamber,
Yeah.
they actually inscribed their team name on them, the Pharaoh Shining Team.
The Pharaoh Shining Team, that's amazing.
I know, right?
It suggests a sense of pride in their work, not the conditions of forced labor.
Absolutely. Plus, there's evidence of a workers' village near the pyramids.
A workers' village.
Yeah, estimated to have housed something like 20 to 30,000 people.
Wow, that would take a lot of resources to sustain.
Exactly. So it further supports the idea of a paid workforce with an established community.
It really changes how we imagine the people who built these incredible structures.
Totally. Not just nameless slaves, but skilled workers with their own lives, their own community.
Right. But a paid workforce of tens of thousands of people, they would need a lot of resources.
Why not wrong?
It raises the question, where did ancient Egypt get the wealth to support such a massive project?
It's a great question. So, ancient Egypt's wealth, it actually stemmed from two major things.
Okay.
The first being the unique nature of the Nile River.
Ah, the Nile. It's more than just a river.
You know it. Unlike other rivers around the world, the Nile had these incredibly predictable floods.
Predictable floods.
Yeah, so every year this inundation, this flooding would happen, depositing super fertile silt across the land.
So it basically fertilized the land for them.
Exactly. This led to abundant harvests,
Makes sense.
a very stable food supply, and of course a booming economy.
So they had the food and the money.
Yeah, they even celebrated the life-giving waters of the Nile with a flooding festival.
A flooding festival.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing, right? But then the second factor,
Yeah.
Egypt's strategic location.
Ah, location, location, location.
Always important. So Egypt was incredibly well protected,
Okay.
surrounded by vast deserts, seas, natural
It
barriers.
was a natural fortress.
Exactly. It was extremely difficult to invade.
So they didn't have to worry so much about defense.
Not as much as other civilizations, which meant...
They could focus their resources on internal development
Exactly.
instead of constantly fighting off invaders.
Right. So predictable floods meant lots of food, and a tough-to-invade location meant less spending on defense.
So they had the time and resources to think big,
Exactly.
like building giant pyramids big.
But why build them in the first place? Were they really just tombs for the pharaohs?
Well, that's where things get even more interesting.
I like interesting.
The tomb theory, while it's the most common, it actually has some holes in it.
Okay, I'm all ears. What doesn't quite add up?
Well, for one, no pharaoh's body has ever been found inside a pyramid.
Wait, really?
Yep. All known pharaoh mummies have been discovered in the Valley of the Kings.
Oh, right. That separate burial site.
Exactly, which is a pretty good distance away from the pyramids.
So if they weren't tombs, what were they for?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? It really makes you rethink how we view these structures.
It does. I mean, those pyramids weren't built overnight.
Definitely not. Millions of tons of stone, quarried, transported, and then lifted into place.
And with such precision, too.
It's mind-boggling to think they did all that without modern machinery.
Right. And if they really are 12,000 years old, it kind of rewrites history as we know it.
It challenges our assumptions, that's for sure.
So if they weren't tombs, what were they? What was their purpose?
Well, some scholars believe they might have had a more practical function.
Okay, like
Maybe they were observatories?
observatories. I mean, the ancient Egyptians were very into astronomy.
Right. They tracked the stars to predict the Nile's flooding, which was super important for their survival.
Yeah, their whole life depended on the Nile.
Exactly. And we know they were incredible mathematicians and engineers.
They were way ahead of their time.
So it's not a stretch to imagine them using the pyramids as these giant astronomical instruments.
Like a giant sundial built into the structure itself.
Basically, it's an incredible concept, right?
It really is.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, it would explain that precise alignment with Orion's belt.
Yeah, maybe they were tracking its movement over time.
That's fascinating.
And remember, that alignment is only accurate if we're talking about 12,000 years ago.
So are we saying the pyramids were built by a civilization that predates the ancient Egypt we learn about in school?
It's a possibility, right? And there's some other interesting evidence.
Oh? Like what?
Remember those massive granite blocks above the king's chamber? The ones with the pharaoh's shining team inscription?
Oh yeah, those guys. What about them?
Well, researchers noticed something odd about them.
What's that?
The way those blocks were quarried doesn't match any other techniques used in ancient Egyptian structures.
Really? You mean like they use a totally different method?
Yeah, exactly. Like whoever quarried those specific blocks, they had knowledge and skills that weren't typical of the ancient Egyptians during that period.
Okay, so we've got advanced astronomical knowledge, unusual building techniques, and that persistent 12,000-year-old alignment.
Right. It all points towards a possibility that those pyramids might be much older than we initially thought.
So maybe they were built by like a lost civilization or something.
It's an intriguing idea.
But if that's the case, shouldn't there be more evidence? You can't just hide these giant structures?
You'd think so, right? But what if the Sahara Desert wasn't always a desert?
Wait, what do you mean?
The Sahara we know today, that vast expanse of sand, it used to be a lush, fertile region.
You're kidding. The Sahara was green.
Yep. Scientists have found evidence of lakes, rivers, even forests.
Wow. It's hard to imagine the Sahara looking like that.
I know, right? And this Green Sahara period, it lasted for thousands of years before it started drying up around 5,000 years ago.
Okay, so what if the pyramids were built during this Green Sahara period?
Now, that's a fascinating thought. Imagine a whole civilization flourishing in this green landscape, developing advanced knowledge and technology that we haven't even rediscovered yet.
So they could have built the pyramids for purposes we can only speculate about.
Exactly. Maybe observatories, temples, maybe even structures to harness the Earth's natural energies. Who knows?
And then, as the Sahara dried up, their civilization collapsed, leaving behind these enigmatic pyramids as the only clues.
It's a captivating idea, isn't it? It really challenges our understanding of the timeline of civilization.
Totally. It's like we're uncovering this lost chapter of history.
And the pyramids might hold the key to understanding it.
Speaking of uncovering things, there's one aspect of the pyramids we haven't really touched on yet.
Okay, what's that?
The possibility of secret chambers and passageways.
Ah, yes. Secret chambers. The idea of hidden knowledge and lost treasures just waiting to be discovered.
It's like something out of an adventure movie.
It is, but it's not just a fantasy, you know? There's been a lot of research into this.
Really? So it's more than just a cool idea.
Oh, definitely. In fact, there have been some pretty interesting discoveries recently.
Oh, using that muon scanning technology again.
You got it. Researchers have detected some anomalies in the pyramids.
Anomalies. What does that even mean?
So the muon scans show these areas within the pyramids where the density of muons is different from the surrounding stone.
Okay, so different densities.
Right. And those variations, they could be natural features, they could be from the construction materials, or they could be something much more interesting.
Like what?
Like voids, hidden chambers, maybe even metallic objects hidden inside.
Metallic objects. like treasure.
It's possible.
Yeah.
But we have to be realistic, too.
Right, it could be nothing exciting.
Exactly. But it's still worth investigating, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. So are researchers actively searching for these hidden chambers?
Oh, absolutely. It's a major focus of ongoing research.
So no more Indiana Jones-style exploring.
No whips and fedoras, thankfully. Researchers are using some pretty high-tech tools these days.
Like what?
Ground-penetrating radar, thermal imaging, 3D laser scanning, even robots with cameras and sensors.
Wow. Robots exploring ancient pyramids. That's amazing. So what have they found so far?
Well, no major announcements about new chambers yet.
Oh, man.
But there have been some tantalizing hints.
Okay, like what?
In 2017, they used ground-penetrating radar, and they think they might have found a hidden corridor behind the north face of the Great Pyramid.
A hidden corridor.
Yeah.
Leading deeper into the pyramid.
That's what it looks like. It seems to be a narrow, sloping passageway going several meters into the pyramid's core.
Wow. So we still don't know where it leads or what it's for.
Not yet, but it's definitely added fuel to the fire for those who believe in hidden chambers and secret knowledge.
It's incredible that after all this time, the pyramids could still be holding on to so many secrets.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? But even beyond those secrets, those hidden chambers and potential treasures,
Yeah.
we have to acknowledge just how amazing these structures are in and of themselves.
The scale, the ambition, it's just
It
mind-boggling.
really is mind-boggling. Millions of tons of stone quarried, transported, lifted into place with such precision.
I know. And all without modern machinery. It's incredible.
It really speaks to the ingenuity and the determination of the people who built them.
Especially if they really are 12,000 years old. It makes you wonder what kind of knowledge and skills they had.
It challenges everything we thought we knew about history.
Exactly. So, back to those hidden chambers.
Ah, yes. Always a good topic.
What could be inside? Lost technologies? Ancient records? A portal to another dimension?
Okay. Let's maybe rein it in a little bit. Stick to possibilities that are at least somewhat grounded in reality.
Right, fair enough.
Well, some experts believe the pyramids could contain a massive library of ancient knowledge.
A library?
Yeah, filled with scrolls, inscriptions detailing the history, the science, the philosophy of a lost civilization.
Wow. That would be an incredible discovery.
Right. Imagine all that lost knowledge just waiting to be rediscovered.
It would be like finding a time capsule from thousands of years ago.
Exactly. But some think the pyramids might have been built to protect something even more important.
More important than a library.
Possibly think genetic material, like seeds, or even DNA samples.
Wait, like a seed bank.
Ah.
To help rebuild if their civilization was facing extinction.
It's a fascinating theory, right?
It is. And it kind of ties in with the whole mummification thing.
Oh, yeah. How the ancient Egyptians were obsessed with preserving bodies for the afterlife.
Right. They developed some seriously sophisticated technique.
Way more advanced than what you'd need for a simple burial.
So maybe it wasn't just about preserving the physical body.
Maybe they were trying to safeguard the essence, the blueprint of life itself.
That's deep.
Right. And if the pyramids were meant to protect something so vital, it would explain all the effort that went into their construction.
Yeah, the precision, the hidden chambers, the layers of protection.
It's like they built the ultimate time capsule. A message in stone from a lost civilization.
A message just waiting to be deciphered.
Exactly. And who knows what other secrets might be hidden within them.
It's pretty exciting to think about.
It really is. But even if we never find another scroll or another hidden chamber, the pyramids themselves are still an incredible achievement.
They are. They're a testament to human ambition, ingenuity, our desire to push the boundaries of what's possible.
They're these enduring reminders that there are still mysteries to be solved, stories to be told, chapters of history waiting to be written.
And they inspire us to keep exploring, to keep questioning, to keep searching for those answers.
And that's what this deep dive has been all about. We've explored some pretty wild theories, considered different viewpoints, uncovered some fascinating evidence.
We've gone deep.
We have. But now it's your turn. What do you think? Are the pyramids just tombs? Or do they hold a deeper purpose, a connection to a lost civilization, maybe even a glimpse into something beyond our current understanding?
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and see where the evidence leads you.
Because that's the beauty of the deep dive. We don't give you the answers, we give you the tools to find your own.
So until next time, keep diving.